And that's how we keep it professional. But you don't come here for professional. You come here for silliness. And you have found it, ladies and germs. It is the Friday Night Dive. Once again, our Friday night show. I say our, it's mine, but it's here on the Feeding the Monster podcast feed YouTube channel. This is the show where we just kind of kick back and we have a drink and we chill and talk. And usually I try to be as entertaining as I possibly can. Whether or not it works, beyond me. But I'm Mark, if you don't know. And guess what? Story time. So I have a friend who will go nameless, but she had access to a whole case because she happens to work somewhere where there's booze, and she had a whole case or cases of different booze that they had to get rid of. So she gave me a case of Coors Light Tall Boys. These are tall boys, okay? So this is what I'm going to be drinking tonight. Yeah, usually it's whiskey. Usually it's something fancy, something cool like that. But tonight's going to be Coors Light, like the redneck I am. And it's probably going to get weird. Not even going to lie to you. But it is what it is. Hey, look. You don't come here for classiness. You come here to be entertained. And are you not entertained? And if you're not, you will be soon. Trust me. See, look, good old McGee's got the right idea. She knows what's up. But look, I'm not going to, exactly. Hold that thought. I'm not going to waste any time because as entertaining as it is for me to do this week in, week out solo, even though technically I'm not alone, I have you all, the viewers watching me and interacting, and I appreciate it. But sometimes it's nice to not be the only one involved. Okay, so with that being said, I have a guest tonight, and if you don't know him, he is the movie trivia league Hall of Famer. I'll go ahead and say it. He's a Hall of Famer. He's as you see in the description of the video, he spits the hot fire and he tells the truth like it is. Sometimes you need to hear his voice because he will let you have it. Even when you don't ask for it, he'll let you have it because you need it. I am talking about the infamous Jay Burnz. There he is. What up, Jay?
What up, baby?
How you doing, man?
Oh, D&D got canceled tonight, and you invited me here, so I thought I'd come get shit-faced on the internet with you, buddy.
I did, yeah. And I appreciate you joining me. I know it sucks about the D&D campaign. Believe me, I've been there. Times is tough. Times is hard, and it's weird. But I knew, look, you and I, every time we get together, it's usually pretty entertaining and usually pretty funny. We can make it as weird as possible, and at least we laugh. As you said in the private chat, it's about the laughs, not the clout. And if there's one thing we're full of, it's laughs.
Well, I mean, I'm full of clout too, but I don't like telling people that.
Don't let them know. Don't let them know. But yeah, Jay, he's good people, you guys. If you remotely like anything that I do and say, you'll like Jay here. So let's go ahead and crack open this tall boy.
Fucking sláinte.
Yeah, seriously, I've got a whole case of these things, and I'm just, ooh, yeah. What do you?
I don't know if you saw me in the background, dude. I was gagging. A half gallon of Vitali.
Oh no.
A half gallon of Vitali, and every once in a while, my bartender's favorite choice, squirt, because it pairs with everything.
Does it though? Does it?
Really, it actually does. It does. It's a bartender's best friend.
Well.
Oh, my headphones are dying.
Uh-oh.
Well, I've had them for fucking 3 years.
Yeah. Speaking of headphones, I just got some new ones. Some Bose noise canceling, Bluetooth wireless. Man, these things paid a pretty penny for it, even during the Amazon Prime sale.
Yeah, Prime Day will do that to you.
Yeah, but I sampled them as soon as I got home for 2 hours. First of all, I didn't even have to charge them; they were already ready to go, which was awesome. And these things are going to be life-changing, at least for a little while.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Scribs, Jeff Saunders.
What up, Scribs?
Clink, clink. Jeff, what yes, that is McGee's bestie, of course. Can't go wrong. What are you drinking, Jeff? I'm assuming it's either coffee or bourbon. Maybe both.
He's not the hillbilly persona, right? So it's not moonshine. It's not Mountain Dew. It's not. I mean, it's not.
They're one and the same.
It's not Mountain Lightning.
He's smiling, so maybe it's one of those. Look at you. You're not even gonna bother with a glass. You're just like drink here, right out.
Look, I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. First and foremost, this is vodka.
Mm-hmm.
It will kill anything. It'll probably end up killing me at some point in life, but I won't be. I won't be infected with anything because it's purely a disinfectant. So if I'm gonna go straight from this to that, it's still got no germs.
I mean, you're not wrong though. It's like, look, kids, despite what the president would want you to believe, don't drink bleach. Just drink vodka. You'll be
much better for your liver.
It's much better for you. And just coffee now. Nailed it. This guy. Yeah.
I don't get coffee drinkers, bro.
Like, you know, Scribs, he's got that nurse's schedule. So sometimes he's waking up and, or he's just trying to get, pepped up for a hard day. What did you say about coffee drinkers?
I don't get them. Like,
I'm a coffee drinker.
And I don't get it. I don't get it.
I get you.
Like, as much as I don't like the company for who they endorse, because I don't think companies should really back fucking a political party for anything, drink a bang. Okay? Drink a fucking energy drink like a normal goddamn person. But, sitting out here and drinking grinded up bean juice is really just like, it's not my cuppa. Okay? Like,
yeah, it's much better drinking a can full of chemicals. Yeah, sure.
I mean, say a can full of chemicals. This is a bottle full of chemicals right here, bro. Like everything is a chemical. I mean,
that's all that is just distilled potato. That's all that is.
A potato is made of chemicals.
Hey man, a potato is from the earth. You should have known better.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
That's a point for me. Okay, yeah. So Jeff has his other show here on the YouTube channel, The Truly Bizarre World. So he's gotta get his mind right for that, and then the bourbon. Got you, man. McGee, I concur. Coffee is delicious. Coffee is lifeblood. Coffee is just life.
It's a hot take from me, Doug. Like,
it is a hot take. Coffee hot is very good. Wakes you up. Can't drink bang hot. If you do that, I mean, why don't you just?
I mean, you can.
You
have you never left a bang in a hot car or a car on a hot day and came back and been like, I would like to take a drink of something. No, and then you're like, you're not even thinking about it, and you just like drive down the road like, oh, it's cooled down. No, just. Like, yeah, of course. And then you hold the bitch out the window for like 5 minutes while going 60 down the freeway. It's cooled down. It's cooled down.
Well, you think we live in Antarctica where you can just do that? Where do you think we are? Maybe things in Seattle.
The wind chill factor.
Maybe in Seattle on the northern western coast, maybe the wind is so chilly. But here in the South, not so much.
South. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got woken up out of a dead sleep the other night. It sounded like bombs were going off outside of my fucking house.
Oh, Jesus.
The window panes in my house were shaking. There was a fucking thunderstorm going on, and it was literally right above my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. What's this? And then I closed my eyes, and I shit you not, I thought there was a tree 2 fucking blocks away from my house that fell over. And I'm not talking just like a little baby bitch tree, 20, 30 footer. There's a fucking 65, 70 fucking foot tree 2 blocks away. And this bitch fell over. It shut an entire road down. Like, I was lucky didn't hit no fucking electrical lines because I need obviously my life is fucking powered by electronic devices.
Well, back in March when we had a tornado that just sort of ripped through the entire state of Tennessee, including Middle Tennessee, which is where I'm at, it did take down the trees and they did hit the power lines. And we were not us dude, seriously, our house was right here and the trajectory went this way and it somehow missed us. But everywhere around us, people were without power for like weeks.
God damn.
It was insane. And then there was a thunderstorm very similar to what you described not long after that, which we did feel that one because the thunder shook our house. And I said, cool, this is how it ends. This is we have pissed off the deities and they have had enough. It's like 2020 was the year. We didn't listen. We should have not in Middle Tennessee. I'm assuming Christy means you don't cool anything down in Middle Tennessee. I don't know. Yeah, see, McGee, she's never cooled anything down that way. She's gonna give it a try.
See,
okay, she's in the greater East Coast, so maybe you.
I mean, it gets colder. Like if she up north, like if she a Yank, it'll get a lot colder for her.
Oh, she's a New Englander. Don't call her a Yank.
I said if. I said if.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put the if in there because I was like,
you did.
I don't know where she actually is.
So yeah, Frisbee was out of power for a week and a touchdown just a block away from the house. Ooh. I'm glad you didn't get swiped up in that. Yeah, no, that shit was not good. Not good at all. But we somehow escaped it. So very, very fortunate. But yeah, well, I feel you. I feel you on the powerful storms. Oh, wait. McGee is a Yank. She is. That's right. Oh, you are. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. You are, in fact, a Yank.
I don't think you're technically allowed to call yourself that. I think somebody else has to call you that. I don't know how these communities work anymore, bro.
Yeah. She's embracing the she's embracing the slander. Fair enough, man. Jay, man, what's been new in your world?
I built a computer for Best Buy.
For Best Buy?
For Best Buy, it was like my on-the-spot interview.
Oh.
When I walked in the first time, and then I went back for another interview. Yeah, they were like, "Hey, so can you build a computer for less than $1,000? We want to try to make at least a little bit of profit off of it." So I built them a $720 computer.
Oh,
sub Swarls. So I built them a $720 computer that works like a $1,500 computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still only sold it for like they're trying to sell it for like $1,200. I was like, you could get double your money for this computer.
Right.
What are you doing with your life? Sell it for more. And they're like, no. I was like, throw in a 2-year warranty on that bitch and sell it for $1,400.
Well, I mean, they're probably, because their Best Buy is at this point a huge corporation, so they're probably like, well, we're not gonna risk that because we need people buying our shit to keep us going.
Give me 3 years working at this Best Buy, and I will start my own company.
You should start your own company. Let's just make sure everything is back up to par before you do that.
Oh, see, but here's the thing. With that, I don't actually have to interact with anybody. I can set up the entire store online and be like, this is how well your computer would run for this price point, and this price point.
Yeah.
I will send everything to me. I will pay to ship it out to you. You're not going to pay a premium for that, but you're probably going to pay a little bit more, if not a scotch more than a little bit more for you, because you don't have to buy it. You're literally just getting something shipped to you. It's the convenience. Like, so your $700 computer will probably cost about $1,000, if not $1,100 for parts, time, and shipping. Like,
right. Oh, that's a good point. Hey, man. All right. Well, then, did you get that job?
I did.
He got the job.
I did. I'm waiting. I am waiting for my background check to come back so I can officially start. But my last job was a federal job, and it took almost 30 days for me to get my fucking background check back.
Really?
Because I was working for a sovereign nation. So they ran my shit through the FBI database.
Oh. They had to make sure you weren't a career criminal.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm not a career criminal. What I'm saying is if I was a career criminal, nothing would show up on my background check because if you're gonna be a career criminal, you can't get caught. Like, you gotta be smart.
You know, but there are those that would say being a career criminal is not smart. But it's like, well, tell that to the politicians then, shouldn't you? Hey-o.
I'm sorry, have you ever heard of Bernie Madoff?
What? Madoff! Yeah, exactly. But that dude.
Have you ever heard of Nick Saban?
That dude, he pronounces it Satan, but yeah. I do. I try to tell everybody. It's like, y'all aren't pronouncing his name correctly, you know. I'm sure.
It's
I'm not sure how
Satine.
it's Satan. Don't let him fool you. Well, that's awesome, dude. That's for some reason when we were talking before, I thought you were. I thought there was another job, and maybe you did apply for it. You didn't get it though, and I didn't realize the Best Buy gig was the.
No, so that was the weed store that I had applied to. That was the weed store that I had applied to. And apparently I fucked up in 2 ways.
Oh.
Because they asked me what I had planned on doing in like 5 years, and I was like, I couldn't tell you what I'm gonna do in 5 minutes. I literally just woke up, but at the exact same point in time, it's fucking Corona.
Yeah, I was like, does anybody know what they're gonna? We don't know what we're gonna do in 5 days or 5 hours. Like, how are we gonna? You know,
it's like, yes, Nick Satan.
Thank you, Swarley. Yeah, like 5 years from now, it's like, what am I doing? Hopefully, I'm alive. How about that? You know,
it was like, that's a great question to ask me if this was January. If this was
even February, it's just like 5 years. Just like, oh man, I have plans? And then March comes around, and goes like, oh, hold up, let me hold this.
I was like, I want to open up a restaurant or like a little food truck, something on the side and shit, because I got food ideas and I'm a fucking, I'm a decent cook. But like, what do you want me to say? Oh, what are you gonna do in 5 years? Still be wearing a mask, probably.
Yeah,
like
at the rate. In 5 years, I predict. Let's see, we'll be out on the streets wearing gas masks. And it's basically, you ever read Cormac McCarthy's The Road? Something like that. That's what I think. Yeah. What are you planning to do in 5 years? My God, okay. I understand why anybody would ask that question, but right now, you cannot ask that. That is the stupidest question to ask.
Thank you. That's what I thought. I was like, am I biased in this though? Like, that's really what went through my head. I'm like, am I being biased? Because obviously, like, I could probably look at it from their perspective, but sure. That's the dumbest fucking question to ask somebody when like half your state's in lockdown and your county has another 128 cases that just popped up in the last like week and a half. Like, the fuck do you mean? I'm going to be scrounging for bottle caps, bro, and praying to an unexploded nuclear weapon in the center of my town. What the fuck do you mean? What are you going to do in 5 years? Bro, I don't know if we'll still be the United States in 5 years.
Yeah, no shit.
Like,
these are all uncertainties. Like, we are literally in the time of great uncertainty. It's just like, hell, people during the Great Depression, I'm sure if they got that question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Eating a big old bowl of dust.
Like, hopefully eating food. I don't know. It's just like, I might be dead by the time I walk out of here.
Oppressing people of color, shooting Nazis in the face. It's the 1930s. I don't know.
It's like 30s and 40s. It's like fighting some Nazis so I can get a scrap of bread. Something. Like, what kind of stupid question is that?
Man, I sure hope those Nazi guys don't come back to America. They ain't gonna like it here.
It's just, oh man. If you weren't aware, Nick. Well, wait a minute. That's impossible.
Hell just froze over.
Yeah, that's impossible because that would imply that that Saban is human, and we all know he can't be killed by conventional weapons. You can't kill the Lord of Darkness unless. Are they trying to say that COVID is simply a way of smiting evil on Earth?
Well, I mean, Trump did get it. Herman Cain died of it. I had completely forgotten that. Somebody had mentioned Herman Cain the other day, and I was like, "Oh, it was the SNL. It was the SNL cold open.
Oh yeah,
when Joe Biden was the fly on fucking Pence's head." Oh, what up, Handsaw?
What up, man?
And then Herman Cain was the other fly on his head.
That's crazy. No, I did not hear that Saban got it. You know what? As a semi decent human being, I'm like, well, that sucks. That's really a shame. And then the other part of me, who is a
Damn.
diehard, I'm an Ole Miss alumni. I have to say, fuck off, Saban. It's like, guess you won't be doing a Regents commercial this year, will you? Ooh, yeah, that's
Yo,
pathetic. You know how much? Hey,
he went there.
I don't even care. You know how rich he already was, and then Regents just made him with those commercials. Man, he's killing it with those commercials. I don't feel sorry. He can afford that health care.
Bro, I don't have anything to do this weekend because my team's not playing. It's Seattle's bye week. So I'm like, oh, this
Okay.
is the one time that Cam Newton actually gets to do anything.
And then
because he's just on my bench to torture Tony.
And then there was a positive case that was reported today on the Patriots. On the
Patriots?
Because they had to shut down the facility again, which means that probably for another week we are not getting Patriots football. And I'm just like, I give up. But I knew this was going to happen. I told people at the beginning, we're not going to get football. And then when they decided, yes, we are, I went, how much you want to bet we don't get a full season because these teams are going to start dropping off. The Titans have dropped off. They're back at it, but they dropped off. The Patriots were, we don't know. And then, all these other teams, it's not going to end there. So I'm resolved to believe that we're that so exciting Denver Broncos New England Patriots game we're not gonna get. It's a good thing Denver's trash because it's like, who cares? But now I have to put all my energies into the Aaron Rodgers Tom Brady game.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, poor football.
Yeah, poor football. Yeah. We're just gonna have to take a knee this week.
Take a knee, asshole. Take a knee. So.
Have your mouth take a knee is, I think, one of my favorite lines from Jay Silent Bob Reboot.
I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute. My mind was blanking. I was like, no, I know that line. I've only seen it just the once so far. I need to go back and rewatch it because it's really, really good.
Ben Affleck's whole little fucking dialogue, his little monologue at the end of the movie.
That's the best scene.
Bro.
Like he gave Ben the best scene in the movie.
Bro, he also undercuts it though, and I really don't like that. Like, you're like Bruce Wayne's dad. You're like Thomas Wayne. Or his mother, whose name I forget right now.
I know, but you knew we were going to throw in a Marvel joke.
Fucking dick!
Like, you got to throw it in.
It was such a, like, so I have an affinity for JSL and Bob. Yeah, open up that bottle of Bacardi.
Ooh, rum boy.
That's bat juice.
It is. There's a bat
Bacardi, confirmed carrier of Corona.
Sure the bat wasn't fucked by Randy Marsh.
Yo, okay, so that was the realest pandemic episode of anything. Shit. Bro, they shot Token and then blamed it on Corona. They're like, well, if it wasn't for the Rona, the cops wouldn't be in the school, so it's Corona's fault. Like, that's.
I'm glad though they didn't, because it was either you or one of our other guys had said that, or maybe it was my podcast buddies had said they shot Token, and when
that was me.
And I was like, no, they did not shoot Token. And thankfully, they didn't kill Token on this show. They just shot him in the arm. But still, it's like, you shot Token.
Okay, so, and like, let's get into this real fast, because I saw that, like, because they had shot Token, like, people wanted to cancel South Park.
Oh, is that that's the one?
That's the thing. Not the child molestation jokes about the Catholic Church. Not Jesus fighting Satan, not Saddam Hussein being Satan's lover in hell.
Bitch, yeah, and like none of that. Like the movie Blame Canada, like not really, like and they've been trying for years.
No, not fucking Brian Dennehy.
Look, you guys, South Park has been trying to get themselves canceled for a long time now, and it's not worked.
Sarcastable when they made fun of fucking football and people got about
Oh,
it. Like,
that's one of my favorite episodes. God, I love that.
thanks.
But even
Yes.
Donna's going to be here to deliver my chair.
Okay.
Can you help them do that?
I'm in the middle of something. I cannot.
take care of business. My Corona. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, in the episode, it wasn't the bat; it was the other thing.
The pangolin.
Just
The pangolin. You look so fucking weird when you fuck that pangolin.
oh my god, that was like just Randy's like his realization, and then the second flashback. I was like, oh my god, no. Fell out. Oh, that had me laughing so hard.
So the weirdest thought just popped into my head about that, right?
Oh, okay.
You remember when they started doing the weed episodes, not the Tegrity Farm episodes, but like when they opened their first legal pot shop, and like the only way you could get it is if you had cancer. So all of the dudes, all the dudes stuck their balls in the microwave and fucking just like had the big ass nuts and shit and rode around them on like they were bouncy balls and whatnot. First off, ow. Like, them motherfuckers gotta be sensitive still, but like he's raw dogging this bat in this episode.
Yeah.
And like there's no excess skin flap. Like, as a fat person who has lost weight, like you see a little bit of excess skin when you lose a lot of fucking weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you gonna tell me that this man ain't got something like dragging to the floor, like, you know, titties from an old person joke?
He's just Randy's nutsack. It's just like dragging these days because I mean, no, it's true. But you know, it's
cartoon.
Also South Park. You know, it's it's a cartoon. So it's like, well, we can only go we can only use that joke so much.
Sparingly.
Exactly.
Although I've never known Matt Parker or Trey Stone and Matt Parker to be known givers of fucks. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's
they
true.
made a movie called Basketball, for Christ's sake.
Which is great. It's still great.
I heard your mom was going out with Squeak.
Still holds up. Still one of the funniest movies ever. I don't care what anyone says, including.
Oh, dude, I found one of her pubes. Oh, I found one of her mom's pubes.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah, no, I have a buddy named Terry. When we text each other, it's literally just basketball texts. Like, still to this day, good stuff, man.
Oh, I watched that movie way too young. Way too young.
I mean, are you ever really too young to watch certain things?
Yeah, especially like that. And like, I was into anime when I was younger, and like my mom and her boyfriend, I still am, obviously. I was up for like 3 hours watching all of the fucking like the Madara, Obito, fucking Naruto fights last night. Like, yeah, let's go. But Ninja Scroll came out in like 96.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that bitch in 97 at 7 years old, and I was told I couldn't do that. So at 8 years old, I watched Ninja Scroll and was like, I done fucked up.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. Well, hey, in that same vein,
titty, but oh no.
When in that same vein, I think I watched Wicked City when I was 10. You ever seen Wicked City?
No.
Oh, that's another one. That's another one that's just like, oh, I'm too young to watch this. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, Orgasmo. You're right. That's the start of their film brilliance, I think. It was the Orgasmo. In the chat, everyone, do you have a favorite? I guess we'll call it guilty pleasure, even though I don't find it to be a guilty pleasure liking basketball or anything like that. But is there a movie that you just find hilarious that nobody else does?
I mean, I find Avatar hilarious. Not the M. Night Shyamalan one, but the Dances with Wolves in Outer Space. I find that movie hilarious.
I find it hilarious that it's still so highly regarded, and that anybody cares at all about sequels. Do they?
I'm surprised we're getting 5 of them. Like, James Cameron's gonna die before the second one's released.
Jay, sure we are. Sure
we are.
Sure we are.
Sure we are.
Dude, I'll be dead in the ground before that second one comes out, okay? And I'm gonna live forever. And no, I'm not.
Young.
But still too young for that. Which one, McGee? Which one are you too young for? Wicked City or Ninja Scroll? Or Orgasmo? See, Hansel says used cars. I've never seen used cars.
Neither have I. I don't know if it's used cars or if he's like talking like what is it? Live hard, sell hard.
No, that's the goods.
Yes, that's the one.
I do love that movie too.
Love that movie.
Used Cars is a film, and I just haven't seen it. Swarley says Grandma's Boy. Not much of a hot take. Actually, you'd be surprised. I used to think everyone loved that movie, and turns out not so much.
Everybody loves that movie.
You'd think so.
Look, okay, you get Velma Dinkley being like ultimately one of the hottest versions of herself in that movie. Everybody from Happy Madison is mad funny. Plus, he comes on homie's mom, bro. Like,
I can't stop coming. Oh, I know. Zemeckis, you came out a week before Airplane. Oh, yeah.
Rip.
Yikes. Rip.
F in the chat, boys.
Rip. Well, it's just like it's like Carpenter's The Thing came out, I think, either a month or maybe less than that from E.T.
Yeah.
It did not have a chance at all.
But you know what the better those two movies is? The one that nobody saw.
What, Blade Runner?
That too. The Thing is better than E.T.
I
don't like E.T. But wow. I don't like E.T. I don't like Back to the Future. Like, I'm an asshole, apparently. Yeah.
Jay hates fun, everybody.
I don't hate fun at all. I like my shit mixed up. Like Michael J. Fox is making my cocktails.
Fair enough. I don't think The Thing is necessarily better. They're two very different movies, and they're two very different genres. The only thing remotely similar is aliens on Earth. Cool. That's it. One's a horror film. One is a family adventure.
E.T. is a flat out horror film disguising itself as a family film.
Let me correct myself. The first 21 minutes is a straight up horror film, and I've went on a diatribe about that. I said, when's the last time you all watched the first 21 minutes of E.T.? Because that shit is terrifying.
Nobody selects E.T. as a see, smart. Smart. The whole thing about it is nobody puts that DVD in and is like, I'm gonna watch this from beginning to end. They like it and they find it on TV, so they're watching it on like TBS or USA, and they never catch it at the beginning. It's always just when it's a happy jaunt, right before it fucking reaches that I'm gonna break your heart section of the movie. And by break your heart section, I mean they replace all the guns with walkie-talkies.
Oh, don't watch that version. I think they finally got rid of that fucking version. Thank God. Let's see. It hasn't aged well, but Blazing Saddles still cracks me up. Dude, I don't care what anybody says. That movie still works. It still absolutely works.
Cleavon Little is what? Cleavon Brown. Cleavon Little. It's Cleavon Little.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm double checking right now.
Yeah, it's like I'm second guessing myself. Like, oh,
it is Cleavon Little.
Okay,
cool. It as Bart is comedy gold paired with Gene Wilder,
which is comedy gold by himself.
That's comedy royalty right there, bro. But like they play so well off of each other, and it's like the one time I've ever seen Gene Wilder just kind of get to cut loose and not be shoved into a box of be this person. And so, they're simple farmers.
Right.
Idiots. Like, it's pure joy. The racial epithets in the movie wouldn't fly by today's standards, and that's why it was announced like a month and a half, 2 months ago that they were making an animated version of a movie where a dog becomes a sheriff for a town of cats in the Wild Wild West. And they're like, it's Blazing Saddles, but animated. And I was like, y'all are not going to drop the N-word in that movie. It is not the exact same thing.
No, that is not.
It's a fish out of water movie but don't try to compare it to Blazing Saddles because, ooh,
that's
big O,
big.
9 more, and a gigantic F. Oof.
Absolutely. The use of the phrase "penis breath" is the best part of ET. It's a great moment. The best part about that moment is Dee Wallace's character, in spite of the fact that she doesn't want her kids talking like that, she laughs. She's like, "Ha ha! You said penis breath.
Don't say it again."
But Dee Wallace, man, I met Dee Wallace at a convention. She was it was a horror convention, so everybody was there to talk about Cujo or what
Okay, apparently we're hosting Fast and Furious races right outside my house. I apologize.
family.
Family. They're all drinking Corona.
Ugh, gross. Corona and Mountain Dew. But I went up to her and I was just like, "Look, man, hey, you're Elliot's mom from ET, and you'll always have a special place in my heart. So thank you for just being you."
Thank you for being a friend.
She thought that was sweet. Had it been a few more years later, I would have been like, "Yo, you got shafted as Andy's mom on The Office, man. Like they should have given you a bigger role."
That's fucked up. Oh.
But also, I would have had a really tough time had it been a few years later. I would have had a tough time going, "So why did you do Lords of Salem?" But thankfully that didn't happen.
So as I was saying in the group chat the other day, run away. I thought I was a chainsaw.
If it had been, we'd have seen Jay go into fight mode real quick.
You'd have seen me laugh at a disabled person wearing another person's face and wielding a chainsaw. I would make fun of them so much that they would probably try to kill me, but then they might break down in tears and end themselves with their own chainsaw. Because at this point in time, I don't give a fuck.
Jay makes Leatherface cry, shames his physical appearance.
I don't like body shaming anybody, but if you follow my TikTok, which is J_Burnz at TikTok, you can see me roast people who deserve it. Very much so, especially people who like to call themselves alphas, and say that they're a part of a superior race, but have a cauliflower nose, mismatched ears.
Is that the
a neck waddle?
Was that the Southern good old boy dude that you just ripped
this morning? No, that wasn't him. That was the other one. And I don't think I posted that one to Facebook. But that dude this morning, I was up talking with a friend of mine last night and scrolling through TikTok while we were talking. Yeah. And this dude goes on this whole little fucking diatribe about this tangent about the LGBTQ community. And about how he had anecdotal evidence about how being gay is a choice because he knew some people who had chosen to be gay and then they'd gotten the shit kicked out of them in his hometown. And then they got with a girl and had a couple of kids. And I was like, well, okay, so they got the shit kicked out of them and didn't want to die, so they conformed. That's not the same thing. And he's like, read your fucking Bible. And I was like,
that's
bro,
made him. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. So I kind of fucking roasted him. But the guy had, I cannot remember her name. She was the Maybelline cover girl, but she had that thick gap. She had the Michael Strahan going on.
Oh yeah.
And he's got it too. If you watch his entire video, somehow he simultaneously has an underbite and an overbite. The bottom half of his jaw unhinges like a moray eel. But I will literally make fun of you, and people are like, "Oh, aren't you a part of the tolerant left?" No, I'm a part of the fucking left that will make fun of you.
Yeah,
I am a part of the left that will fucking make you cry with words. And he said something to me, and he was like, "It's not cool for you to." Yeah, those guys are still totally dead. They are hella.
They very much so.
Be proud about it too. Fuck them.
I went to college with very gay men who decided to marry women because they were from Mississippi, and they're like, "Well, what else are we gonna do?" It's like, yeah, I get it, but you're about to cause a very nasty divorce, and at least one of them has, and so
you're gonna meet your state representative at a glory hole 2 blocks away from Capitol Hill.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Ooh, yikes.
My time in that place was very brief, and I was glad to be rid of it.
I mean, how are you gonna have a school like Ole Miss and still be 50th in education? I don't mean to rag on Mississippi, but
No,
like
go ahead. By all means, do it.
it's
But
Mississippi.
I did my time there. The school was good for what it was, and I got a decent education, and it was the one more leftist city in the entire state. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna be in any one of these places, it might as well be this one.
Not that like being in a leftist city is like a determining factor of anything, but I think most people go into college with a certain idea of what the world is, and then
Yeah.
they spend 4 years around people who aren't the exact same as them. They gain a little bit of perspective, and then they go back and they see kind of like what pieces of shit their friends, their family, everybody in their community is. And then sometimes they get chased out of town, or sometimes they go right back to it because they can't continue forward. But
Exactly.
colleges aren't like liberal breeding machines or anything. You just go in and you get a perspective outside of the one that you normally have.
That's what it is. That's the key word is perspective. That's if you get nothing out of the college experience at all, what you should get is perspective, because you are in this place with a lot of people that are from different ways of life. Are you out over there?
Oh God, no, no! I have an entire another fucking half
What are
gallon
you
in the
looking
house.
for? Is there a vodka worm in there? Like you gotta eat the worm.
No, I'm reenacting my like fifth favorite scene from Aquaman. I'm just looking through the bottle.
Oh Jesus, fifth favorite.
Fifth favorite.
If you had to recast Mara, who's Mara? Because they're gonna recast her.
Oh yeah, they have to recast Amber Turd.
Yikes.
That is my favorite thing from Johnny Depp I have ever heard, because after she took a shit in their marital bed, he started calling her Amber Turd. Recast Mara. Okay, so Momoa's what, 40?
He is, you know what? Yeah, I think he is now.
I want somebody who's relatively around his same age. That way we aren't putting like a 22-year-old starlet next to a 40-year-old man. Not that like Momoa would ever do anything, but like obviously he's married to Lisa Bonet. He said he was gonna marry that girl when he was 8 years old. And look, my man's did it though.
My man did it.
He spoke that shit into existence.
So let that be a lesson to all of you. Believe in your dreams.
Yeah, he did. If we're gonna stick with a white lady,
it doesn't have to be a
well,
white
no, I know. But here's the thing, like, you know who I really want to see make a reappearance in movies? Rachel Weisz.
That's like the other way around. I like it. I dig it. She might be a little too okay. So Mara's supposed to be kind of on the younger side, especially in the movies, because remember Dolph Lundgren's supposed to be her dad now.
Yeah, but Dolph Lundgren's been 100 years.
Ghosts. Uh-oh.
I gotta go hunt the Cthulhu's. I'll be right back.
Oh, there he goes. So if I were to recast the Mara character, it would be, that's a really, really good one. I like Rachel Weisz as an actress for sure. I think she might be on the older side, and they might be like, well, that was a huge jump, you guys. But I wouldn't be mad at it. Let's see. Thinking, I love how I proposed the question and put you on the spot, and then I didn't have an answer myself. Well, if we think about the Warner Brothers family, and we think about, it's those people around there. Someone like, what is her name? Oh, what's her name? From, she was in 2049. She was in, Halt and Catch Fire. Is it Mackenzie Davis? Is that her name?
The chick from Jojo Rabbit?
No.
That's Thomasin McKenzie.
She played the hooker in the 2049.
The only person I remember from 2049 is Ana de Armas and Batista for some reason.
Oh, you've been out, ain't you? You've been out. I was like, what's happening back there? Stuff happening in the background.
It happens though.
Yeah. Yes, Mackenzie Davis. She was she was the hooker in 2049. She was also the human turned machine body in Terminator Dark Fate. She was probably like the best part of that movie, and then the rest of it I was like, are we seriously doing this? Okay.
Let's see.
I was bummed out by that movie.
Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plays Grace. So we need a younger person.
She can kick ass. Like I said, in Dark Fate, that's all she's doing is kicking ass. I think, and she doesn't look too far away from the way Amber Turd looks, so it wouldn't be like that big of a stretch.
So if we're gonna go action wise, right? If we're gonna go with somebody who can kick a shitload of ass, and pull off like convincing fighting, because that's probably exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh sure.
Alicia Vikander.
Again, not mad at it. Not mad at that one at all. Oscar award winning Alicia Vikander.
True. Yeah. Lara Croft. Alicia Vikander. Lara.
You know what sucks, man? Like I thought she was so good as Lara Croft. Lara, whatever. But that movie is just not that good.
That movie follows the game too closely. It's the most video game accurate movie we've ever gotten. And I don't think people were ready for something like that.
I don't know. I think our expectations were either super low or super high, because I thought the trailers were really good. So I was like,
I thought the trailers for Assassin's Creed were good too, but look how that happened.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh, that's not a bad idea there.
If Florence weren't in Black Widow and subsequently probably the next Black Widow going forward, then I would say absolutely Florence Pugh. What was I saying? Assassin's
super low,
Creed,
super high. Yeah.
My brother and I left because my brother's a super big Assassin's Creed fan, and we left that theater, and I just looked at him and I said, I don't know who to be more pissed at. Like you for leading me into this, or yeah, buddy. But just don't acknowledge that film, because that film is chainsaw. Here he comes. He's like, Jay's getting ready.
I'm gonna slap your grandpa daddy. You don't get the fuck out of my backyard, bro.
Jay just goes off on him like TJ Miller on Deadpool when he takes off the mask.
Without the sexual assault allegations.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Oh man. But
Are you Eric Bachman?
But that I'm actually shocked that old MCU hasn't scooped up Alicia yet. It's only a matter of time.
Well, I mean, they're running out of under 30 actresses.
Well-known ones, yeah. So
so like, how many well-known actresses are there that are really under 30 that haven't been involved with Disney in some form or another? Like, you can't say Zendaya anymore, even though she wasn't, but now she kind of is, because she's everywhere, and she's a fucking national treasure.
You said non-Disney, and she was definitely involved with Disney at that
point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Under 30 actors.
Like, you can't say Selena Gomez.
Can't say I almost said R. Pats, but he's definitely not under 30 anymore.
And not an actress.
No, but I'm sure at some point he's tried to play a woman. Old Handsaw says Kaya Scodelario.
Scodelario?
Who is that?
She is Teresa in the Maze Runner films, and she was in the BBC show Skins.
Okay, cool.
She a redheaded. One second, hold up, 1 second.
Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan is one of them. The MCU still hasn't scooped up yet, which is another kind of baffling one.
Is it baffling, or is it more along the lines like she doesn't want to do things like that?
Well, it could very well be that. You know what? I wonder if that's it, because if you remember, or maybe you don't know this, guys. During the production of Age of Ultron, Joss Whedon had already had in mind that he was bringing in Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and the concept art of Scarlet Witch was a Saoirse Ronan rendering before Elizabeth Olsen was ultimately cast. So, and I remember thinking at that point, going, I don't want to see that at all. Like that doesn't seem right. That was before I saw her in the movie Hannah. And in Hannah, she kicks all the ass. Had I seen that beforehand, I would have been like, yeah, get her a Scarlet Witch. Why not? But they didn't go that way. So it makes me wonder if you're right. If she had said, nah, pass. Or if they are just kind of like, this is just concept. We'll get an actual, we'll get who we want. And they went with Elizabeth. Don't know.
Isn't bad though. If like every movie ever was connected, it would be really awkward. Just because Thanos was also an old boy.
I mean, yeah, but so is Nick Fury.
Yeah. At least it wasn't Zoe Saldana. She can't call him daddy.
Less said about yeah. Look, that as gross as it is, I think the only scene that I really enjoyed was the particular scene with Elizabeth and Josh. I was like, oh boy, because I knew how it was going to turn out. I was like, oh,
it's like episode 3 of True Detective. There's like 3 good minutes of that entire episode. But
man.
that raises the like worst question, like why Age of Ultron and why Kick-Ass and Elizabeth Olsen? It's why Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen, and then Godzilla. And then Godzilla, where I'm sorry, are we doing a Marvel Ultimate Universe movie here? Hey, look, because that's a conversation that I don't think a lot of people are ready for, and Godzilla did not take place in Alabama.
No, but Godzilla comics were published by Marvel at one point, so technically we could, if we wanted to say that the Godzilla kaiju movie universe is Earth 1214, cool. And we'll go in that multiverse. I thought about another one. Olivia Cook. And if you don't know her by name, that is Artemis from Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
She's another one that I'm kind of surprised they haven't scooped up like immediately. But Ready Player One, also Warner Brothers, if they wanted to, recast Mara, like I'm sure she'd be in contention for it.
I think who I think could do probably like a good job, but like everybody would hate? Kristen Stewart
as Mara.
Yes,
I think you get more of the same with like the way Amber acts, because they're not that dissimilar, except
they're not. She's a little bit. She can be, but like she also kicked the shit out of a lot of people in like American Ultra. So you would have like a more authentic fight scene instead of, the fight scene that you get there, and then whatever the fuck the final act of Birds of Prey was. So help me God, I don't.
That is let me double up on the 1,000 O's followed by one big F. Oof, because good God.
Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
I talked to a new friend recently who hadn't seen it, and she's like, should I even bother watching Birds of Prey? And I go, no. I said, if you want my honest answer, no. you're doing just fine.
Like if
Not
you're not one of those people who notices like fight choreography in films, and I'm not saying like I'm a fucking black belt or anything, but if there's a fight in a movie, like I will tend to deconstruct it, and like you can tell that they had a decent choreographer. They had a decent fight choreographer. Yes.
Big facts, Swirls.
Yes.
Big facts.
That. It's just I don't know if they rushed production. I don't know if they rushed their shooting schedule. It wasn't good.
It just wasn't. It wasn't well, and I'm sure there was more studio interference. I'm sure there was. The director, what's her name?
Kathy Yan.
Kathy Yen seems to indicate that there. Yeah, she seems to indicate that there was. So if that's the case, it's like, well, fuck, none of your properties are safe then, I guess. Like all you directors that want to direct DC films. But if that's the case, okay, well that sucks. Then I really hope your cut of the movie was a lot better than what we got because oof.
Release the Yan cut.
Release the Yan cut. I mean, look, if they're gonna do that for David Ayer, they might as well. They're probably
not that that's gonna make Suicide Squad a better movie. Suicide Squad a better movie.
It's really not, and he's admitted to it as much. He's like, look,
then don't release it.
Yeah, it's like even the things he has said on Twitter, even the things I wanted to do, I guarantee you, like it was still gonna ultimately end up this way, which wouldn't have changed the movie all that much. It's like, yeah, no thanks, bro.
Yeah, pass.
Big pass. And I was watching not that long ago the Throne of Atlantis animated movie about New 52 Aquaman, and that Mara, who is like this badass warrior the entire way through. The only person I could see in a live action adaptation with that was Chastain. And I judged that based on like what she did in this movie's terrible, The Huntsman's Winter's Tale or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah.
Where she plays the huntsman's wife, but she's like a fighter. What she does in it's really good, and I mean, like I liked their story, but it's the rest of the movie that happens.
Perfect casting. Summer Glau.
Ooh, I'm on board for that. I am. Man, what happened to Summer Glau? Man,
she appeared as a special guest on an episode of The Big Bang Theory early on, and her career died because of it.
She had like that one episode, but she did like a lot of TV and then these indie films, but she didn't really make like a big splash. So I wonder what the hell she's up to now.
The last thing I remember seeing her in is Knights of Badassdom, and that came out in 2013. That's fucking 7 years ago.
Did she have a kid?
Fuck. I don't care. Is it going to impact her acting ability?
I'm just saying, like sometimes these actors, they have kids and they're just like, acting. It's like, well, you say that now till you need a paycheck.
For real. What's your residuals on like that 15th episode of Firefly? Oh wait,
he's about to say, yeah, like, you're not those Sarah Connor Chronicle royalty monies ain't coming in anymore. I guarantee it. You can't stream that anymore.
Definitely didn't hit syndication.
It's a shame because that show was awesome, but it is what it is. But yeah, I could see that. I could see Summer Glau, I think, is due for like a relaunch of her career. I think
she can kill people with her brain, bro.
She really can, and I think she should. Just give her all those roles. The MCU will snag her up in no time. You'll see.
I have a gripe about casting since we're talking about casting.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know who I love as an actor? I love Giancarlo Esposito as an actor.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
Stop making him the bad guy in everything. Allow that man to have some fucking range. Jesus.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, it's kind of like Alan Rickman. That dude got cast, or no, better example, Sean Bean. Even when he's a good guy, he's kind of bad for the most part because the dude
he's not a good actor. He was in Pixels for Christ's sake.
Well, so is fucking Peter Dinklage, and he's awesome.
Excuse me, Peter Dinklage has a 3-way with Martha Stewart and Serena Williams. I don't want to hear it. That man is a fucking legend.
Yeah, I agree, which is why I'm saying you can't hold pixels against them.
That's catastrophic. I actually don't hate Pixels. I really don't. I didn't have very high expectations for it. So when I actually started laughing my ass off during that movie, I was like, okay.
I agree.
It's better than Ridiculous 6, for fuck's sake.
I didn't even bother with that one. Yeah, no, I laughed a lot. Most of the scenes I laughed at were the Josh Gad scenes, just because I think Josh Gad's really funny.
When the guy that's trying to be Hideo Kojima walks up to fucking Pac-Man, he's like, "This is my son. You are not bad," and he fucking bites his arm off.
He's like, "Kill this fucking thing."
Oh,
that's funny. I'm sorry,
great.
That's funny. You know,
I was like,
say what you will about the movie, but Rigman was a daddy. Well, I mean, yeah, he had kids. What are you getting at?
Always.
Yes, he was. I was a daddy, but he was also a villain all the time. You know, except for like rare occasions, because he's just good at it. When you play Hans Gruber that well, and that's like your film debut, you have no choice.
God, please don't kill me.
You're one of them, aren't you?
Can we stop perpetuating this whole unknown fact about Die Hard, where like they were going to count to 3 before they dropped him off the side of the building, and then they dropped him at 1? They didn't do that. That's not a thing. Stop saying it. I'm not saying that you're saying it, but
they did do that.
They dropped him off the side of a building, yes, but they didn't go on 1.
They dropped him before they said they were going to. That's why they got the look out of him. They did, dude. That's a fact. Look,
that is not a fact. That is not true. Okay, Industry safety standards wouldn't allow that to happen. First and foremost.
Well, you also have to think of the time frame. You know, it's like they got away with a lot back.
Yeah, it was back when Bruce Willis had hair.
You know. Yeah, if you don't believe me, ask the people that worked with Stanley Kubrick on those early films. Man, they got away with a lot of bullshit.
27 takes.
I mean, yikes! It's no wonder. Y'all, you think it's any wonder Shelley Duvall lost her mind?
Well, okay, let's be real here, though. She had like already kind of lost her mind a little bit before that, but it's probably definitely 100% certain that that's what sent her over the edge.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Like, wow.
Speaking of like casting and news and things like that, my man, how do you feel about the Spideyverse that we are evidently going to get live action? Because they're going balls to the wall with this shit, man.
They're chasing clout, and I don't like it. They really are. They're trying. It's not exactly what's going to happen, but back when Bruce Willis had the will to act, big facts. It's like just barely post moonlighting Bruce Willis.
Yeah, seriously.
No, they're going to try their best to recreate almost an all male Into the Spider-Verse live action, because they're like, oh, well, Spider-Verse was criminally underrated. It won an Oscar. Let's get Tobey Maguire. Let's get fucking Andrew Garfield, and let's get Tom Holland all together, and let's do it, but not have any inclusivity. Because they aren't going to have a Spider-Gwen. They aren't going to have I almost called her Kimiko Glenn, a Penny Parker. Kimiko Glenn is who voiced her in the fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, ultimately we don't know what they're going to do. We're kind of assuming, but they're laying it on pretty thick that this is what they're doing. You know, it's a bold move, bringing in Jamie Foxx's character from the Amazing Yikes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Max is Spider-Man's best friend, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you with dubstep. And he does, and it's like, what's happening? What is literally happening? And I gotta imagine, because Hans Zimmer scored that movie, I gotta imagine he's sitting there like watching the footage, trying to make music to it, going, the fuck? Like, I don't, what the fuck? Okay, cool.
Can I call Jockey XL, please?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to make my bois, but I want to make it like you make music.
Can you make the bois, but then make it all blah, 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 blah. Can you do that? Oh yeah, I got you, man. I wonder if that was
Spider
the movie where
Mess. Yes, Christy.
Where Zimmer's just finally like, you know what, I'm done with superhero films. It's like, yeah, you say that now, but then you went on and did Dark Phoenix, and it's like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
That I believe was purely a paycheck.
Oh,
they backed the money truck up to that man's house and was like, please give us your bois.
And actually, the music for Dark Phoenix isn't terrible.
It's not bad.
The rest of the movie is just kind of like, yeah, I didn't need any of that.
You know, but that could have been a 15-minute interstitial. They could have played that at the end of Logan, and it would have been completely fine.
Oh,
like,
man, that's literally the only thing that movie lacked was an awesome score. That's the only thing it lacked.
Everything else was perfect. I liked the minimal score though. Like,
it works, but I mean, but I always find myself going, I wish there was like just this theme I could think about when I'm thinking about Logan. You know, I wish I had that melody, but
I mean,
it's fine.
Like, are you kidding me? The Danger Room theme song from the fucking animated series. Anytime I think of X-Men, it's literally, oh, hey, X-Men, who's in that? I don't know. Like, it plays in my fucking head before I can even come up with a name for a fucking character. As soon as I hear X-Men or Logan, and then I'm just like,
okay, so you know how Spider-Man Homecoming, we get Giacchino decides to introduce us to the original theme for Spider-Man.
The old school theme. Yeah.
In there as like a little nugget, and it's just like, oh, you beautiful bastard. Bet me. How much you want to bet? The next time we see X-Men, which will be a part of the MCU in some way, probably multiverse, whatever. Bet me we don't get that 90s theme in some form.
If we don't, they missed out on a golden opportunity.
Because they literally own it. They own it. They can do it.
I mean, you know, you got to think about it like this though. Like that's the Easter egg that you have to put in there, especially like for people our age. You know, the 30-somethings who are comic book nerds who are going to take dates to that movie, who are going to take their kids to those movies. Be like, hey, this is very fucking nostalgic, but it's not overly fucking take this nostalgia in your fucking face. Like,
you love it, you fucking piece of shit. You love it. It's like, I do. I love it.
Fuck, man.
But yeah, like bet me we don't get something like that, because I'm willing to throw down serious dough that we do.
Going back, because this is something that I've really wanted to talk about as well, and I really want to talk about Lovecraft Country. But speaking of Lovecraft Country, Mira, Journey Smollett.
Can I make a weird statement? I think she's a fine actress.
I mean, so do I, brother.
Sometimes she makes these faces that I'm just kind of like, why are you doing that?
It's an ode to The Office. She just looks in camera and Jim faces.
And I don't know. There's something about her. Like maybe it's the way she acts in Lovecraft. You know what? I think it's her character. So this is actually a testament to her acting ability. There are some times in Lovecraft Country when she makes character choices that I go, why are you doing that? And
like, I'm still only at the end of episode 2, but
okay,
boy,
fair enough. Well, you're gonna enter the realm of weird.
I hear that like episode 3 is when it really fucking like kicks off, because my homegirl I was talking to last night was like, oh my god, you know, she mentioned cat. We were talking about something and like Cat Girls came up, And I was like, I don't fucking get the fetish that people have for like anthropomorphized animals. Like,
Swarley,
okay,
why are you torturing yourself down there?
what you should do is just go out and buy a Nintendo 64 and play GoldenEye. Because it'll help you
What is
answer a
that?
trivia question.
Oh God.
No,
Damn.
no, 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 no. That I didn't mean for it to come across like that. But you remember that question? That was a question we got in a match. And like,
yeah.
you know, it was us against Caleb and Holzman. Caleb and Cameron, when they were, because the question was, what does James Bond jump off of at the beginning of GoldenEye? What structure? And it's like literally at the beginning of GoldenEye, it's like literally the end of the very first level in GoldenEye. You fucking swan dive off of a dam, and when you enter the big head code, and his head is the size of like a small Plutonian moon, or like the moon Io, the moon of Saturn Io. It's just like big, but it's not big on a cosmic scale. But he goes, eh. It's hilarious.
All I know is we won that match, so it's all good.
Yeah, we did. What do you pull up Christie's last comment for me? Not the spider mess, but the other one. Do you understand robot fetishes? Like, now my question is are we talking like real doll fetishes, or are we talking like people who want to pipe down Ewan McGregor's character from Robots?
Or are we talking like
or Halle Berry's character from Robots?
Or that too.
Or Alicia Vikander in Ex Machina.
I'm sure that I'm sure that that question is a reference to something we said, but you're gonna have to fill in the context.
So there's yeah.
So the Jeff
What'd you say?
Whatever Jeff has. I think that's more the whatever Jeff has. Oh well, you know, he just enjoys the fembots. That's all. So there you go.
I don't like.
Journey Smollett. Look, it's really hard. I think she's a fine actress. I think if she wasn't already Black Canary, unfortunately, then yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, here's the thing. Only like 14 people saw that, and we're 2 of them. We can just act like that movie never existed. If the Avatar fan base can do it with the last Airbender movie, we can do it for Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey.
Fair enough. I agree, because I mean, they're doing that anyway with the Suicide Squad. They're not acknowledging Birds of Prey or the previous Suicide Squad movie. And let's be real,
Smart move.
Journey Smollett that's not Black Canary. I'm sorry. That wasn't that was just a girl that they called Dinah Lance, and was like, okay, I guess. And then they gave her that one moment where she has the supersonic scream, and was like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. But anyway,
that's not her. That's not on casting. That's just the movie.
Yeah, that's not on her. That's absolutely on the movie. I had no problem with. I know everyone was all up in arms that they cast a black girl as Dinah Lance. I was like, fuck off. Who cares? I just want a cool Black Canary. I did not get a cool Black Canary. So, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Make her Mara. Give her another chance to be a kick-ass DC person.
And I mean, if we really want to go there, look at Randall Park. I mean, Randall Park's in both the MCU and the DCEU as well. So, like, if we wanted to pull somebody from the MCU, we could definitely do that. Like,
yeah, there's no. We've officially entered the Wild West. There's no rule that says that they can't. The only thing, if it's like a high
profile,
I almost said high class, but not high class. Like somewhat a high in demand sort of actor. Like, you probably don't want Chris Evans in DC, although you could now that he's not Cap anymore. You could.
It's no longer America's penis.
DC. Yeah. He's always America's penis. Okay, Christy, I just read that completely wrong.
Oh my god. You had to go there. We made it an hour and almost 15 minutes in before like the first sexually charged joke came through. I have to walk away for a second. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I seriously read that so wrong. Oh, I'm not even drunk yet. Oh, Jay had to take a lap. That's usually my move. To take a lap. Oh. He's like, that's usually my move, Jay. You had to take a lap. Usually I take a lap.
Oh. Speaking of really random sexual things, apparently.
Oh, by all means.
So there's this website called bdsmtest.org. Right?
Go on.
It is like it's a survey of like 40-ish questions. And it'll like break them all down. It's a strongly disagree to strongly agree with a neutral right in the middle.
Right.
But it'll like list out your kinks in a fucking format.
Oh. Okay.
Like
so so is this your test?
This is my breakdown here.
So you're a switch, 100% a switch.
100% a switch. I'm 99% experimental. I'm a primal hunter, which doesn't really make any sense because it just makes me seem like I'm a fucking predator, and I'm not a fucking predator. Like,
that's really high. That's really high up there.
Yeah, but the question is like, do you like it when people like try to? Essentially, the question is, do you like it when people put forth that they're interested in you? And do you put forth that you're interested in people?
Yeah, okay.
And those are the only two questions really about like actively seeking out an individual.
Right.
So logic would dictate that those are the two questions. You have taken that one? See? Okay, so I'm not the only person.
If
But
I had to guess, let's see. Christy, you're probably, if I had to guess based on that, you're probably 100%
vanilla.
No, not. I don't know. Actually, I'd have to look at some of the options, but
so
fascinating website. You're right, McGee. Go for it.
Your options, right, are switch, experimentalist, primal hunter, age play owner, daddy/mommy, master/mistress, degrader, dominant, primal prey, exhibitionist, masochist, degradee, sub, rigger, boy girl, sadist, brat tamer, non-monogamist, voyeur, pet, rope bunny, slave, and vanilla.
So, Christy, you are probably at, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Your top two is dominant and brat. Tell me,
Hold on. I don't know them at all. I will say their top two will be master mistress and brat tamer.
See, you said it, not me. Well, no, I did say it. I said brat. I said brat would be in your top two. Bratty ass switch. Okay, so she's saying switch and brat. Bratty ass switch. That'll be like, that's your only result in the test. Bratty ass switch. I could see that. That's
bring that bratty ass switch there.
It's like, use a bratty ass switch. Among others. Well, yeah. Interesting. So BDSM.
No, it's called Among Us. That is what the game is called. Oh, speaking of, everybody over the age of 25 just lost the game.
Okay. I don't know what just happened.
BDSM. Never heard of the game?
Is that website?
No. That might actually bring you to a porn website. It's bdsmtest.org.
Test. Okay. Whoops. Yeah. Very different, guys.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oops. So
No periods, except for after .org or before .org. No B period, D period, S period like that.
no
It's just
period
BDSM.
except once a month. It's all good. Not for me, but unless you just no
No,
rule.
no. Are you suffering
I
man?
know I messed up. It's BDSM test. Throw in the test. Yeah, don't just go bdsm.org. That's probably they have it's a .org, so they probably are monitoring who's entering that site. Don't
I
do
mean,
it.
you can take the test anonymously, or
Well,
you
there
can
you go.
sign up and you can like keep track because like they say, they suggest like every 6 months or so to retake the test. It's like
Sure.
getting a full STD panel, twice a year. Just go through and make sure
You
that
gotta
you're clean.
periodically retest so that you because you grow and you develop and you maybe your personality kind of changes
Personalities
over
and
time.
opinions, they change, bro. Like,
Absolutely they do.
but getting back to Lovecraft Country, like I said
Yes.
in the group chat, ooh, it's down right now. They were having difficulties when I tried to take my test earlier today too. They had very
It's
bad
too
load
busy.
times.
There's too many people.
It's the clout that I brought, bro. They heard me, and everybody just rushed the server. So it's being overloaded right now.
Wow. Yeah.
So it gets more cosmic horror-y, right? Because they deal with the Shoggoths in like the very first episode in the forest and whatnot. I was like, okay, cool. I wasn't expecting as much racism in the show.
Nor was
But
I.
then I was like, oh, it's the 1950s.
Yeah.
Obviously, fucking
Well,
obviously.
see,
I'm just like,
I read the book before the show came out, and because I wanted to get a feel of what I was getting into, and even the book is just like that's all it is this heavy racial allegory kind of story set in this world that is supposed to. It's still very vague whether they're trying to imply that the Lovecraft literature is a thing or if it's just something happenstance. I don't know. It's not. It's kind of like the show. They're like, what's going on? Is this actually happening, or is this just sort of we're just losing our minds? We don't know.
I mean, are they?
I
Because
would like to tell you.
I thought there was H.P. Lovecraft works in the library when he first gets back to Chicago. When he goes and he checks up on homie, who's
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
so
go
yeah,
ahead.
no, they live in a world where Lovecraft exists, or he did exist, and he wrote
Don't Google
shit.
this
But
cat's
like
name. Don't do it.
yeah, but they're implying that the stuff he wrote about is born out of some truth. They're not going into the full truth you think they're going into. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the Shoggoth, that's a thing. Cool. Are you gonna see Nyarlathotep? No, you're not. I'm just gonna straight up tell you.
Oh,
You're not gonna see.
don't do that to
Unless
me.
here's the thing, because he's not in the book, but this is what I've said. The show is taking a very kind of different visual approach than the book.
So
does,
they're kind of Game of Thronesing it.
in a way, but I think the show is doing it better than the book did.
Okay.
So, which I don't think I would say that about Game of Thrones, even though I love it. Everyone knows, like I am here for
Like seasons 4, 5, and 6.
I love all of it, but
We don't
so
talk
I
about
don't
that
know.
last season.
So I honestly, I'll talk about it all day. I don't care.
I call it.
I don't know where they're gonna go in the show. That's the thing. Like I've read the book and I have no idea where they're gonna go.
It's just a singular book. It's not like
it's one book.
Like, do you think the author's going to come out after this and make another one so they can continue like Neil Gaiman did with American Gods?
Could be.
Or like he is doing with American Gods, I should say.
What he's doing, which I gave up on American Gods because I didn't like where the show was going after the first season. So
I haven't seen anything past the first season. Lots of people, yeah, BDSMtest.org, yes,
yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, there's that, or you could just, I don't know, get into the weirder side of the hub, or find the hub, or do something that you've never done before. Look at some hentai or something. Be a fucking human being and like,
Be a
oh,
human being and look.
you're sexually attracted to that 2D object. There's a fucking porn for that. It's called Rule 34.
There is a porn for everything, whether or not
if you can think about it, it exists now.
If you can think it, it's a thing. Yeah, like they've already made it.
You ever wanted to see a Smurf get tag teamed by Waldo and Carmen Sandiego while wearing sandwiches on their feet? Yeah, you didn't think so? There's a porn of it now. Just because I put it out there.
Didn't know I needed to see that until now.
I didn't know I needed to see Randy Marsh fuck a bat or a pangolin either, but they did that too.
Well, I mean, think about all those like weird like animatics of Peter Griffin and Lois. It's like, didn't know I needed to see them fuck, but here they are. People
you can't go to a porn website without somebody trying to shove cartoon porn in your face. And that one day you're gonna get fucking curious and you're gonna click on it and you're gonna be scarred for life, right, or it's gonna turn you on. Those are the only two options. There are no in betweens.
There's no in between. I mean, unless you just kind of just like, meh, I expected better, and then you just click on. It's like better.
So like my homegirl that I was talking to. This is gonna get weird. We'll get back to Lovecraft Country here in a second.
Sure.
But speaking of hentai, I like anime. I'm not gonna say a purveyor / connoisseur of the pornography, but everybody watches porn. Anybody who tells you that they don't watch porn is into the most fucked up porn on the face of the planet. They just don't want to be judged by you. Don't kink shame anybody. Don't porn shame anybody. But punch a pedophile. I'm just saying. That being said, I'm pretty sure that at one point in everybody's lives, they have been sexually attracted to a cartoon character.
A lot of them. There's a new resurgence of women our age that are coming out with that. Like, yeah, I had my sexual awakening because of this Fox cartoon dressed as Robin Hood. I'm like, what? Like that's a thing?
Congratulations, you're a furry.
Yeah, there you go.
But okay, so
you're right. But you're right.
I was 7 when Pokemon came out, and like Misty was like my first little animated crush.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you're.
No. No, I don't want to be balls deep in a pangolin shaped Pikachu.
No, I thought you were about to say, yo, man, when Jigglypuff showed up on screen, man.
Them puffs are jiggly, bro. No,
she just went.
But okay, let's be real here. My fascination of toxic women started with Team Rocket. Okay.
Let's just take a moment to acknowledge the fact that Jay is just like, look, I admit it. I love toxic women. I know I shouldn't, but here.
Oh no, you definitely shouldn't. But
so now we have a face to blame, and it's Jesse from Team Rocket.
It is Jesse from Team Rocket, bro.
Team Rocket, bad kids. Team Rocket is bad. Do not stand them. And can we talk about that for a second? Like, Stan was a psychopath, you guys. Stop using that term. It's awful. It's awful.
Okay. Here, I think I broke it down to you earlier.
You probably did.
I think it might have been when you were talking to your other friend, your other musician buddy, when you guys were having drinks on Twitch.
Oh yeah. Oh, Taylor. Yeah.
Stan is not. Stan is everybody. He's taking it to the extreme, but being a member of any form of fandom whatsoever is taking your like or love for something to an extreme because it's something that you identify yourself as. You don't get to be like, oh no, I just kind of like it, and then you're at every fucking Doctor Who convention or you're at every fucking Comic-Con. At that point in time, you are kind of on the extreme end of the spectrum for being a fan anyways. If you're going to cosplay,
you could just say you love it. What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But as soon as you go from, oh, I kind of like this to, I love this shit. I need to inject these fucking pixels directly into my fucking arm.
So now I have to associate this psychopath like, dear Mister, I'm too busy to write your fans. I was like, geez, I don't want any association with that. I think awakening is what he meant to say was when my parents took me to see the mermaids at Wiki Wachi.
I've never heard of that.
What the fuck? What is that? Are you drunk and you're trying to type out something? I'm gonna assume you meant weekly washi, which I don't know what that is either.
I'm gonna. But I mean, no shame. Regardless, I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody has wanted to hump a mermaid at one point.
Yeah. Although I did not find Ariel all that attractive.
No. Mainly because he's fucking 14.
You know who I found attractive was the disguise that Ursula had when she was like the human trying to
toxic women, bro.
Oh no. Oh no. We just analyzed me by accident.
It is it's a park located in Hernando County, Florida.
Yeah, McGee's like, is that a water park? It is. Well, okay, sure. Then yeah, absolutely. You're seeing.
So your parents took you to see underwater strippers. That's cool. I'm pretty sure James Cameron has an entire sequel coming out in the next decade about that too.
Hope you like them blue. Well,
okay.
Sure we will.
I'm about to
get that sequel. Sure.
I'm about to put myself very much on blast. I mean, I've already done it. Sam Mason from Danny Phantom. Daryl Hannah was hot as a mermaid. Yes. Can you believe they added the extra hair on Disney Plus?
I haven't watched Splash on Disney Plus for that exact reason. It's like, how dare you cover up
those were good cheeks, bro. What are you doing? Yeah, that's almost as bad as replacing guns with walkie-talkies.
That no, covering up Daryl Hannah's perfect ass was worse.
I said it was almost as bad.
Yeah.
Did you watch Avatar? The Last Airbender?
The show or the movie?
One of those things doesn't exist.
You're right. So the thing that does exist, I actually never sat down and watched the whole thing in its entirety. I'm going to. It's going to happen. I just haven't done it yet.
There's a chick in that show who is a bounty hunter. Extra butt hair is unnecessary. Yes, it is.
You're right.
Her name is June.
You're saying I should get You're saying I should get waxed? I'm a dude. I'm a hairy dude. What do you want? You know.
He just said he was her stoot. My man's over here. No, but so like my man. So we got into this conversation, and she's like, I don't see the appeal when I watch it. It's more for research, not getting off. And I was like, okay, well, I mean that makes sense. Like, it's improved my Japanese. Like, so it's not just like sexual in nature. I guess you could also say it's educational.
Sure.
Like I now understand and know what certain words or phrases are in Japanese, and that definitely helps because I'm gonna go be a porn star. Okay. I used to love Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and they just put Super on Hulu. I'm never gonna watch it.
Why not?
Because the fan base has ruined it for me. The fan base has ruined all of Dragon Ball Z for me.
I get that.
With the exception of Team 4-Star.
That's probably a big reason as to why I haven't gone ahead and dived into Avatar: The Last Airbender, because like the fan base, they are ravenous with this stuff, and the hype is so high that I'm afraid if I start watching it and go, I'm not, then it's just gonna be like,
I'm gonna tell you this: when it comes to Avatar,
yeah,
you're gonna have to give it like 2.5 seasons. Like the first 11 episodes of season 1 are kind of rough to get through.
Oh, I see.
But once you get past that, and like Katara becomes the fucking badass that she is. It's not even necessarily just like the show or the plot points for me. It's
Yeah.
legitimately the fucking character setup, payoff, and development. Because, bro, like, okay, so there are no airbenders left. I can't really spoil it. Is it spoiling a show for somebody when the show's been out for 16 years and they just
No, because
haven't watched it?
I tell you what, the things that have spoiled that show for me are basically Death Battle and like other people. Yeah, which and it's fine to me. A spoiler for that show doesn't ruin it because there's still the journey to go on to see
Yeah.
how A got to B to C. You know what I mean?
So Katara starts out as like this waterbender who doesn't have anybody to teach her.
Uh-huh.
She finds the Avatar, who is the master of all four elements: water, air, earth, and fire.
Right.
So she essentially joins his team, not only because, he asked her to go penguin sledding with her, which is, albeit a very cute little funny thing that happens. She joins up because she's like, oh, he can teach me how to waterbend. He can't waterbend at all. Like, the 3 seasons are him learning the 3 other elements he needs in order to fulfill his destiny as the Avatar. The first one is water. They're in the South Pole. They travel to the North Pole. They hijinks shenanigans. This North Pole is very misogynistic. Like, women who are waterbenders can only be healers in the Northern Water Tribe. They can't be warriors because women are weak and fucking fragile. So Aang starts learning fucking waterbending, starts teaching her on the side, and she comes through and she fucks the teacher up. And it's good, bro. Like, it's if you don't like it by the end of season 1, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying that, like,
I
there's
guarantee you, yeah. If I make it through season 1, I'm not gonna like stop there.
I mean, I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever.
The one time I did that was with Gotham. I gave Gotham an entire season.
I gave it 22 hours of my life.
Yeah,
I gave it 22 hours of my life. That is the one. It's like, nope.
Not doing season 2, not doing the rest of it, and I'm really glad I didn't make that journey.
My homies are like, some of my friends are like, it's such a good show though. It gets so much better. I was like,
no,
I gave it 22 hours of my life, and it was boring as shit. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it picks up. I don't care if he turns into the Batman at the very beginning of season 2, episode 1. I don't fucking care. At this point in time, I kind of wish that he got shot in the alley with his parents. Fuck off.
That was ultimately what it was. I said, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about Gotham's rise of the villains when there's no Batman. It's like, don't give me a fucking bullshit show about that. Like, I don't want it unless you're gonna tie it into his Batman journey all the more. But they didn't do that.
It's like Godfather, Rise of the 5 Families, but nobody mentions the Corleone family. Nobody wants to watch that movie.
So
nobody wants to watch that movie.
No, absolutely not. Fuck off. So yeah, we're not. It's like no.
And then they give you like 5 different Jokers, and none of them are actually the Joker, and you're like, oh, get fucked.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, fuck. That when the first guy wasn't the Joker, I was like, okay, so then who's the Joker? It's like, well, here's
the first guy who turns out to be the Penguin. Oh, you're talking him, because the entire time I was like, okay, so cool. They're gonna go crazy with it. They're gonna turn Cobblepot into the Joker in the long run, and somebody's gonna take over the Cobblepot name, like the Dread Pirate Wesley. It just doesn't have a nice ring to it.
I actually thought dude playing Penguin was the best part of the show.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he was really good. I liked what he was doing, but I said ultimately they're probably gonna screw him over.
Though I will say season 1 is the reason why in my Resident Evil script, I want Carmen Bicondova to play Jill Valentine.
Oh, yeah?
Because as much as she's not really used in season 1, I've seen, you've obviously seen clips of the show in the later seasons. She starts kicking ass, and she's fucking Catwoman, for Christ's sake. But, like...
Oh, her, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going along the same route as, like, Summer Glau was a trained dancer before they got into acting. Helps with fight choreography.
Yep.
You know, cool. Jill Valentine kicks the shit out of zombies, like literally kicks zombies.
Yeah. I was excited to see her in the in Resident Evil Apocalypse, but they did nothing with her character, and it's like, this movie's awful. The only thing good about it is that Killswitch Engage's song is featured, and they got nominated for a Grammy for it. And I was like, that's cool. Other than that, fuck this movie.
So are we gonna get more Cthulhu?
I don't know.
Because so far, well, obviously I'm only 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
And long tangent back to it.
Right. I will say in the book, like I said, the shows defer, like kind of deterring away from the book a little bit. Like
Okay.
there's a lot more, like where I'm at. I think I'm 1 or 2 episodes behind.
Okay.
From being caught up, but yeah, from where I'm at, I'm just like, they're like, I don't remember this in the book at all. That's crazy. But in the book, no. Actually, in the book, you don't get Cthulhu at all. That whole sequence at the beginning of
the dream
episode,
sequence, yeah.
That's not there.
I really liked that sequence. I thought that sequence was
cool.
dope as shit.
Awesome. I was like, yes. But then as soon as it was over, I was like, oh no, that's gonna be our only Cthulhu show.
Oh no, we went from really cool cosmic horror to just horrible racism.
Well, I will say, there's one episode in particular. I won't tell you what happens, but Jamie Chung is featured heavily in it. The Jamie Chung episode. When you get to that one's really, really good.
Oh, is she the werecat?
She is.
My friend spoiled my friend kind of spoiled something about the show for me, because we were talking about cat girls, and she was like, "Oh, well, there's kind of somebody who changes into a fucking anthropomorphic animal in one of the episodes." Spoilers, by the way. I know I've already said it, but
no, that's not her.
Okay. Is it the warden? Because I kind of figured it was the warden, the one with all the dogs and shit. Like, she doing something funky with them animals, bro. I don't trust blonde hair, blue eyed women with animals, dude. I don't do it. Don't.
That's another thing they changed. The blonde haired, blue eyed girl who's with the silver car that's like in.
Oh yeah. The chick, the dudes. Yeah.
White girl. She's a guy in the book.
Oh.
So I was like, well, they gender swapped. All right, cool, whatever. But I
mean,
Rule
63 did.
Yeah, but because they did that, a lot of the stuff completely different from what her book counterpart does and all that jazz. And I was like, oh, okay, so she has a different set of motivation on the show, which makes the decisions and the things that she does. That's why the show is different, because she's got to do it this way, because dude in the book did it this way, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, whatever. So I say the show is more interesting. That's what I'll say. And I have no idea how they're going to end it. I really hope they don't end it the way the book ended, because I hated that ending. But like,
I hope that doesn't happen. I'm gonna end up getting it on Audible, and just so I can be like, okay, cool. Let me bust this out. You know, I can play a fucking like 9 rounds of Among Us and get through fucking 15 chapters or some shit. But you know, I like listening to books more than like reading physical copies. And I mean,
I hear you. I like the physical copies, but because I drive all day, it's just so much easier to just listen to them. And I've gotten through so many books because I listen to them. I'll tell you, man. What you got there?
This is a Marvel year by year visual history. The only book right now that I physically own. I am mad about that because I used to actually have a library, but like everything's in storage. But I'd been working at a place for like 3 years where it took up 12 hours of my day, if not more.
Right.
I like to read. Don't get me wrong. I love to read. Reading physical media at that point in time has become more difficult and time consuming than anything.
Yeah,
But if I can work a 12-hour shift and listen to half of a 24-hour book, bro, I'm gonna do that.
of course,
Obviously, I'm
of
gonna do
course.
that. Fuck me. But I've been rewatching Fresh Prince too, so like,
Haha, the Fresh Prince. I
rip Uncle Phil.
yeah, rip.
That's in the
Uh,
chat.
Fresh Prince was one of those shows that I would watch only kinda like on occasion. I never like sat down. It wasn't like my event show where I had to sit down and watch
Right.
every episode. Listening is way it is way easier. McGee, you're
Way
correct.
easier.
And it's certainly way easier when you have a good narrator. When you have a
Yes.
bad narrator, your books can just be awful. I can't tell you how many times I've like got a book on Audible and then sent it right back going into it.
Yep.
It was just like
Give me my credit back,
it was
bitch.
like this reader sucks. I can't do this. I almost did that for Red Dragon because whomever they had reading Red Dragon was just so boring.
So, I really like it when authors will sit down and read their own books. So, if you ever do decide to pick up American Gods, the book on Audible, fucking Neil Gaiman reads it.
Most of the time, he does.
And I'm just like, he does
yeah.
it for fucking like Coraline and shit like that too. So like almost every book that
Yeah.
he's written, he will do the narration for, and I love it.
You
I am
need.
about that shit.
Do you have Audible?
Mhm.
If you haven't got the Sandman adaptation, do that. It's a
Ooh,
whole
I
cast.
don't, but
It's
I
a whole
will.
cast of people, and Neil's the narrator. But then
Oh, is it like
everybody-
Thrilling Adventure Hour?
It's basically an adaptation of the first 3 volumes of the Sandman series.
Okay.
And McAvoy is Morpheus or Dream.
Okay.
Michael Sheen plays the Lucifer part. Fucking John Constantine is played by what's his name from Kingsman?
Which one?
Shit, what's his name? The main kid, Eggsy.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. Like he plays Constantine, and I'm actually like, wow, I kind of want to see what his live action Constantine looks like. And Kat Dennings plays Death, just to give you.
Okay. So you got my future ex-wife in there. Yeah.
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 It's really well done.
If you haven't picked it up yet, Revival by Stephen King is actually one of the better ones. It's disappointing to hear about Red Dragon. You're not wrong.
McGee, if you can find an Audible, or maybe not Audible, just another audiobook where whomever the main dude on Audible is like isn't reading Red Dragon, then do that one. Don't do the Audible one. I think Thomas Harris has a audiobook where he literally reads it, and I'm sure his is way better.
Let's see. You know what book I picked up on Audible and I actually thoroughly enjoyed? Have you ever heard of Max Brooks?
Yeah, it's Mel's kid.
Yeah.
World War Z.
The Zombie Survival Guide.
I saw that he has that. I haven't listened to that one yet. But if you get World War Z on Audible, every story is a different actor, like voice actor doing. So like those are really cool.
I picked up the complete #1 omnibus of H.P. Lovecraft's work too.
Oh, that's gonna keep you busy,
bro. It is rough, bro. Like,
well, some of his stories.
He's just very verbose. He just like he's George R.R. Martin for food, but with other words.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But that man knows how to creep into your head and scare the shit out of you, though.
That is very true.
That's my interpretation.
So Revival is read by David Morse.
David Morse, yes.
He does actually a really good job. See, yes, they were planning on making it a movie back in like 2015, 2016, like right when it had come out.
Mm-hmm.
And the main bad guy in the movie was supposed to be played by one motherfucker, and it never ended up happening because he had a deal with the House of Mouse.
Oh.
Samuel L. Jackson was supposed to play the bad guy in Revival.
Oh, I see. Wow.
but he had a fucking 19 movie contract,
He's Sam
and
Jackson.
Disney doesn't like to share.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't.
It
Even
irritates the shit out of
Even
me.
though they have like all the money in the world to do such a thing.
But Revival is like one of my favorite Stephen King books for the reason, like, there are hints they touch at the fucking horror behind this book and like the deeper terror of the universe. But it's not just, here's a giant squid face monster, fucking run away, no hope whatsoever. Like, legitimately, the book doesn't get terrifying until like the last almost 100 pages. Like, it's
So it's just a
normal.
lot of buildup. It's like a slow burn.
It's a slow burn, but once you get there, bro, it's an entire Chinese fireworks factory full of boom, this happens, boom, this happens, boom, this happens, boom, this happens, just until the end.
Speaking of Stephen King, did you like Doctor Sleep, the movie?
I still haven't watched it.
I'll tell you what, you should get the Audible Doctor Sleep.
My aunt keeps fucking telling me I need to read it too.
I think the book's pretty fantastic. I have feelings about the movie adaptation, but I understand why it was the way it was. But you should get the one on Audible because fucking Will Patton reads it, and that man's awesome.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, there you go. He reads the King's Bill Hodges trilogy. Well, there you go. So apparently Will Patton just does a bunch of Stephen King's works, which is cool.
Speaking of right around the Stephen King's work, completely different author, but I heard that I need to get into like Discworld and shit too.
I couldn't tell you because I haven't gotten into all that yet.
The book is amazing. She said the book's amazing.
Doctor Sleep, the book is amazing. And this is me who read the Shining book a long time ago and closed it halfway through because I said, I don't know what the fuck this is. And then, but I love the movie, which Stephen King universally hates. So I was like, I'm pretty sure this book sequel's not going to be my cup of tea, but it is. It very much.
All right, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I would recommend American Gods to anybody also. Like,
the Audible has a cast of readers as well.
Oh, does it? Because the only one that I thought was purely gaming.
Oh, okay. Well,
which, I mean, don't get me wrong, like,
which is great.
That man could read me a phone book and I would fall asleep to that. Like,
the one I got on Audible had a whole like cast of people as the different roles. So, and what's funny is like Shane, Mr. Wednesday in the show, whoever read for him for Mr. Wednesday in the book is not Ian McShane, but sounded
just
remarkably like him.
One second.
Remarkably like him.
I got something I want to show you.
Okay. I just found that funny. How's everyone holding up out there? McGee, you doing good? I have to get CBS All Access, whatever, for the stand.
So I don't know if you know this or not.
Oh, I already did my free trial for CBS All Access because I wanted to watch Star Trek Discovery, which I watched those first 2 episodes and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You said I wanted to watch it and then I immediately regretted it.
Yeah. But I think you're right, McGee. Eventually I'm just gonna have to suck it up and get it back because I gotta watch The Stand. Danielle, what's up? Let's see. Mad Sweeney. Jay got the Mad Sweeney, but not Sweeney Todd. Nice.
This is literally my favorite Funko Pop, dude.
That one's your favorite?
It's my favorite. Oh, I only have 2 right now, but yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I only have a couple because and only one I bought and the other were gifts, but because it's a slippery slope and people keep trying to get me to buy Funko Pops. I'm like, my brother works at a Books A Million and they have like a shit ton. And he said, they've got Batman 89 Funko. They've got these Funko. I was like, do you understand what a slippery slope that is? Because they don't stop making these things.
No, they make limited edition ones that you really want, but aren't going to drop like $50 on when you can buy 5 fucking
I don't want these no, I don't have the space for it anyway.
So I get like a 20% discount at Best Buy. The fun thing about that is that also works for price reduced items and clearance items.
There you go.
They had, and it sucks to say this, they had Rose Tico's Funko Pop for $2.49.
Oh my god, that's
And I was just like,
disrespectful.
bro, are you fucking serious?
That's
Rose
like
Tico?
the disrespect there. So, good night, Hansaw. Thanks for joining us, man.
Nah, buddy.
McGee's got a Bob Ross and a James Hetfield. I've seen your Hetfield Funko. Yeah, McGee. I'm gonna out you. She has a shrine, like a little shrine dedicated to Hetfield.
Oh no! I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say Funko Pops. Like I could understand Funko Pops,
No,
but
not Funkos. I've seen dudes with that. My buddy Curtis, God love him, but man, yeah, he goes insane with that shit.
my homegirl has a wall. I shit you not. It's like 15 feet across and like 5 feet up,
dude. Yeah,
full, and not just like one or two. Like her shelving unit can fit 4 back to the wall, and she's got it 6 up, and it's fucking like 15 feet across, and it's full. She will literally spend 3 hours like every other week rotating which Funko Pops are in front. And I'm just like, I don't have the patience for that.
I know.
And
that's what it is. It's
no,
the space, the budget, and the patience. I don't have it for that. You know, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money on a collection like that, it's gonna be my Blu-rays. So I'll have a wall full of movies. Sure, I'll do that. And you know, hopefully they're all those limited edition steelbooks that I love so much. But yeah, Funkos, no, can't do it. Can't do it.
You know, I get them. I get them for Christmas, like, and I won't ever turn down like a Christmas present.
Sure,
but like, I literally I cannot see myself spending the money on Funko Pops.
No,
I'm not going to give up one addiction for another addiction when I still have anime, video games, movies, comics. Like I cannot add another to that list.
That's my thing as well. That's why I have like maybe a couple of different like collectible statuesque things, including a Batfleck in the armor. Yeah, like, and that shit's awesome. That was worth every penny. But and then I've got the comics, and you know, I still buy. I like to buy those special edition hardbound leather books and the movies. I can't do anything else. If I, like I said, if I buy one Funko, I gotta buy another, and then it's just gonna keep on going. And when does it end? That's why I don't collect Legos. I don't collect a lot of the shit people collect. I can't do it. Just can't do it. It's too much.
Collect Legos.
And I mean, some people do. Some people collect the Legos just to have them in a box, and to put them on display. And just like, why would you do that? Just
I couldn't
take them out and put at least put together the thing. And then
no, I legitimately couldn't do that. I could not.
Yeah, it's I do, McGee. I have many leather bound books, and my room smells of rich mahogany.
Mahogany.
We
need to hurry up and.
Well, no, I was just gonna say we are approaching the 2-hour mark, and that's usually where I go ahead and call it a night. I think we've made some interesting, entertaining chat.
One would hope.
Yeah, you know what? I was entertained by it. You were entertained by it, so I just assume everybody else was entertained by it. So, for the people, Jay, if you want to, what you got? Where can the people find you if they want to interact with your comings and goings?
Mainly on my Facebook. It is Jay Burnz, JayBurnz. If you're friends with Mark, I will be a mutual, apparently.
Yes.
Twitter, at JayBurns253. Snapchat, I don't really fucking use. TikTok, what is my TikTok name? Hold on. It's J_Burns. So if you want to watch me roast people on TikTok or talk about books, which I do, or movies, or just say stupid shit that other people over shit that other people have already made, that's where you can find me. And yeah, or you can find my raps there too.
That might be worth getting TikTok. I don't like TikTok, but I might get it just so I can continuously watch you just burn on fucking dudes. Because that one redneck you ripped apart made me laugh my ass off.
Bro,
That's just the
look at this
oh
guy.
God, look at that guy.
That is the first dude that I ripped on, and that's the guy who said, "I'm an alpha."
He's like, you might be an alpha with that nose of yours, like alpha elephant, I guess, but
Bro,
Jesus.
it's funny that you call yourself an alpha because you can't spell the word alphabet.
Bravo.
Ooh.
There it is. And you guys, you can find me at Mark the Bat on Twitter and Instagram, as always. Find me here on the YouTube channel every Friday, or at least every other Friday, whenever I can, whenever I'm not out and about doing things. And by that, I mean just not at home. Because that's why we do this, because I'm not out and about into the world because shit's crazy over here and we can't do that. So we get together at home safely and we interact as if we are at a dive bar. You can find me here at the YouTube channel. Watch all of our shows: Backdoor Cover, The Truly Bizarre World. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, Feeding the Monster podcast feed, do that. We have a plethora of shows to get to you. Be on the lookout for the next Rantings of a Maniac. That's my show. And we're going to be talking about, I can spoil it because it's not a huge spoiler. It's kind of a bummer, but we're going to be talking about the life and times of Eddie Van Halen. RIP. That
F in the chats, boys.
That one hurt a lot harder than I thought it was going to hurt. And yeah, and we will talk about that. So be on the lookout for that episode. And yeah, also, I don't know if the sale's still going on, but there was a TeePublic sale, and we do have merch at Feeding the Monster. So go check out all that stuff. You definitely want the Poo-Tang Clan. Is it Poo? Yeah, it's Poo-Tang Clan. You definitely want that shirt. It's hilarious. If you're a Winnie the Pooh fan and a Wu-Tang Clan fan, you want it. Trust me. But that'll do it for me. Thank you all for joining me. Be safe, have fun, and above all, just stay thirsty. Yeah, I said it.
Vote.
And vote.
Don't be a dumbass.
I'm all done with we're just about to leave, Jeff. Sorry, bro. But
well, let's close this down and just throw him the fucking StreamYard.
Yep, there we go. But yeah, you got it anyway. Yeah, that's that'll do it, folks. Because I'm a professional person, so I'm gonna pretend like we're doing okay. Jay, thanks again for joining me. We'll do this again next time.
Anytime.